Hello, welcome to Bad Bitches on the Bad Batch, the season finale of Bad Bitches on the Bad Batch. I'm Arzu from Space Waffles and the Geeky Waffle, and with me,
I'm Candace, also from the Geeky Waffle.
I'm Maggie from the Outer Rim Beacon, and let's talk about Star Wars.
I'm Hannah from Followers of the Force.
I'm Brad from Friends of the Force.
Hi, I'm Norhol from Twitter.
Okay, so here we are 16 weeks later. The Bad Batch is over for now. Season 2 sometime in the future. So we are here to talk about the, two-part finale. So yeah, we've had just on this panel here, we have some highs, some lows, some mixed feelings. So let's just get right into it. Impressions of the finale as a whole, and then we can talk about as parts. Who wants to go first?
I think in terms of a first season, it was one of the strongest out of all of them. If you look at Rebels, Resistance, and even Clone Wars, for a first season, I think it was strong. There were some things I'm sure we're going to get into that I'm like, did we do that? Did we really go there? Things like that. But overall, I was really impressed with it. I almost wish they would have put it together so we would have started and ended the season with huge 60, 70-minute episodes. But I don't know. That's what I thought of it.
I feel the same. I wish it had been one episode, one supersized episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the emotional catharsis was more last week, I feel like. This week had some subtle moments, but it felt like the momentum kind of died off since this was more oriented towards escape and survival as opposed to really groundbreaking stuff. So it should have all been one compact episode.
I agree. I think in terms of the episodes, it would be better if we had longer episodes and maybe less episodes, but at least a fewer episodes, but having more content per episode. That would be fantastic.
Yeah. Candace, Maggie.
I don't know
if you've already talked about this, but
it was fine. I think I preferred last week's episode over the finale, and almost wish that last week's episode had been the finale, so that cliffhanger would have been with us and make us be oh my god, what's going to happen? Are they going to survive for a year? Because I am a glutton for punishment, and I love being left. I love it. I love being,
But just imagine the children being is
oh my god, the children.
I watched TV shows in the 90s. They left us with cliffhangers. Back in the 90s, you didn't even know if your TV show got renewed until it came back.
Yeah.
But we live in a world of instant gratification, Maggie. We need it now.
I'm old.
Since this, I don't like comparing Clone Wars to this because Clone Wars is an anthology. It has arcs in it and you're following a bunch of different characters. So I'm more likely to compare this to Rebels and compare that season 1 finale with this one. It's kind of hard to because Rebels was a satisfying ending, but also set up season 2.
Yeah.
And it gave us something okay, they're joining the larger rebellion now. Before they were just on Lothal. So we have an idea of what possibly season 2 could be, or something at least to look forward to. Well, here, are they just going to go back to Sid? Or are they going to just do the same old season 2? There's nothing has changed really.
Echo's going to call Rex and be you know what? If there's a job available, I would like it.
I would like it.
I'm a Rex. I don't.
I'm scared.
Mom, I'm scared.
Come pick me up.
They just made me swim. I'm half machine.
I'm rusted.
They're gonna have to oil.
Yeah,
Echo's all rusty
man.
Poor Echo.
He's gonna be oil can.
So we were talking about this, Maggie and I were earlier, about the finale of Bad Batch versus the series finale of Clone Wars, which this was it was 4 episodes, but it was one story start to finish. And I think where we came down was that each episode of the Siege of Mandalore kind of had its own emotional beat to it.
Yeah.
Whereas I thought this finale, like Brad said earlier, the big emotional beat was in the
Was
first
last
half.
week. Yeah.
Yes.
And then this one seemed to be more just like leftover from the
Like
first
the
episode.
residual.
Residual, that's the
That's a
word.
good word.
Yeah, it was pretty much the only like character development was Omega realizing that Crosshair was a douche.
Okay, let's talk about this.
Okay.
You can't do
Okay.
so
We're
much.
going here already.
Saying what I'm
Okay.
thinking.
Because we do have that shot of Omega sitting with Crosshair like she did in the
Mhm.
pilot, only instead of in the pilot being like, it's not your fault, she's like, well, I thought you were better than this, and gets up and walks away. So Crosshair broke Omega.
Damn it, Omega.
No, I don't know if I wouldn't say he broke her. I would say that she's learned that
Some people
Yeah.
suck.
some people
Yeah.
just suck, and
Yeah.
that's just life.
Her initial
Chip or no chip.
naivete that she started the season with is kind of not necessarily faded away because she's still a bright ray of sunshine that I love very much. But I think a little bit more of the real world has set in with all of her experiences with like the Pikes. Like, what the fuck? Who brings a child to a bunch of gangsters? Like, I have some serious issues with that.
Hannah,
But-
language.
Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, I feel like for
yeah.
Omega,
She's been around
she's
those
always gonna
firefighters.
Yeah. It's so bad.
she's always gonna be like the empathetic one of the group, and I think she'll always allow room for Crosshair to come back. But to me, the comment like I was wrong feels like you can come back, but we're not going to sit around and wait for you to come back. So like make your choice, but we're gonna move on with our lives. You can
Or
sit
he's
here.
gonna
and,
have to earn it,
you know,
right? He's gonna have to
Yeah.
earn it.
Yeah.
You know what it reminds me of? Hannah will appreciate this. Like a join up with a horse, like where you have to like push the horse away and the horse has to come to you. It has to make that conscious decision.
Yeah.
Like you can't keep trying to get it to come to you. You have to turn your back and eventually it'll be like, yeah, I guess you're not so bad.
Yeah.
That's Crosshair. Crosshair is just the really stubborn stallion.
Yes.
It was a really
Or he's an ass.
Isn't it?
he's the
And
donkey.
He's the donkey. I think a donkey is a better descriptor. of
Donkey.
Crosshair.
Well, we're comparing people to onions, so donkey works.
Basically,
Donkey.
Bad Batch is like Shrek 3.0. I don't know.
The Bad Batch's Shrek is not something I thought I would hear today, but here we are.
I like that. I like that comparison.
the Venn diagrams are just one circle between Shrek and Bad Batch.
Perfect.
You really
Yeah,
are.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't know. Like I was thinking about like when we were talking about like Crosshair coming back and like the Bad Batch working for his forgiveness. I think it goes both ways a little bit because like as we saw like in the first part, like Hunter and Crosshair really made some big mistakes with each other. And I think that both of them realizing it, like Hunter has at least the emotional capacity to realize that and work with that. Crosshair, I think, really needs to do a little bit more emotional soul searching, which I'm really hoping, and I'm sure we'll talk about it later, but I hope is a little bit more of the season 2 premise.
Exactly, because it's one of the things we've been discussing, thinking about Crosshair and his chip, if it's the decision of a choice or is something that he's following because he has his chip. But in the last episode, the previous to the finale, we learned that he had removed the chip. So it's like, what's going on? So it's his choice, which is going to be interesting.
when do we like? I'm assuming the chip came out after they shot him in the face because of the scar on his
I
head.
think.
Anybody have a differing theory on when that might have been, or is that pretty?
I mean, it would be kind of hilarious if he'd had it out before that, and he was just like, "Yes, I will be killing my brothers now."
So bad.
yeah, just threw the hair back. It's fine.
But like that was something that we were trying to figure out on Orb as well. Like it doesn't make sense. There's like an element of like, why would they take it out of his head? Like,
I say it malfunctioned though. If it malfunctioned,
Exactly.
let's say it got
I think-
injured.
what if
They
it like
got-
overheated?
Got burned.
Overheated.
Like it's a
What-
microchip in your head, basically.
What if
What
AZ
if it's
took it
still
out?
there? What if it's still there?
I mean,
Oh.
okay, so he touches his head twice. In the first part of the finale, he touches his head like he has a headache, and in the second part, he also touches his head like midway through when he's sitting there. He like presses his hand to like the front of his forehead, which, as we know in animation, nothing is accidental.
Okay, but the thing is, like, okay, Crosshair decides not to go with the Bad Batch. He's on an island, well, on a platform.
Who's gonna pick him up? We don't
Who's
know.
gonna pick him up? Two.
I don't think they get Uber out there.
Yeah, he just shot a bunch of commandos, and we saw the other commando like run away and be like, "I'm telling," kind of a thing. You know, he knows that they know he just shot a bunch of like higher ups.
He knows that they know that he knows that they know.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what is his
We know.
like end game?
Can
I
I?
think-
I got a big brain theory on this one.
All right, let's have it.
What if Boba Fett
Yeah.
comes and picks him up?
I was thinking it was going to be Fennec Shand because
Yeah, him or Fennec.
Yeah.
She, because
Either way.
she was working for. Oh, why do I always forget her name?
Nala Se.
Nala say.
Nala Se,
Nala Se.
yes.
Nala
When
Se,
she was working for Nala Se, she's like, "Oh, Nala Se asked me to pick some stuff up if I could," and then she's like, "Oh, what are you doing here?"
Like a grocery list.
Okay, but reluctant allies, Crosshair and Fennec Shand / Crosshair and Boba Fett. Either way, although
They
but,
would
like
murder each other.
they would, but
I
they
know.
would.
There would be
Oh.
hardcore murder.
I'm inclined more for Fennec Shand only because Boba's like 12,
Yeah.
and I feel like Crosshair would be like, no more clone kids. I'm not listening
No more,
to any of
no
you."
more children.
See, I feel like Crosshair would be like an ass, and Finnick would be like, "Okay, back in the ocean with you. Bye bye."
Bye.
Yeah, we
They
know
don't even
she
make it off
lives.
Camino.
We
Yeah.
know she lives.
Yeah.
So he's
Crosshair,
the
we're
one
not
dead.
so sure about.
Yeah, Crosshair we don't.
Mm.
Crosshair
Yeah.
we know is gone.
Interesting. Yeah.
I almost feel bad for Crosshair in both situations.
He looks
He
so
can't
much
win. He
shittier
can't
than
win.
Okay, so they're supposed to be, they're younger than Omega, we find out. So that means they're 10 or 11, which means they're supposed to be 20 or 22.
Mhm.
Well, like Crosshair
Yeah.
looks like he's like 60.
Yes. Oh my god.
Listen,
It's
working for the
stress.
Empire really ages you. It's like being out in the desert in Tatooine. Like
No, it's
Yeah.
then
Obi-Wan
for a
just-
start.
No,
From,
it's
like,
that one. It's that one like 20-year-old who like dyes his hair gray and like shaves because he wants to look intense, and he starts like, well, he's got a toothpick, but we all know that's a stand-in for a cigarette. So he's got like the cigarette and the tattoos, and he's like, "Leave me alone, mom. It's not a face." Like that's Crosshair.
yeah, but I mean, like all of them, they don't.
No, they all
like-
look older than 20. Like
Yeah.
even the regs look way older than they should be.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like 20,
that one-
22, like whatever. But yeah,
time is irrelevant in Star Wars. You get there when you get there.
How much
Exactly.
time do you think season 1 was?
months.
Couple of
Months.
months.
A
Months.
year.
Yeah.
A year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did a lot of jobs for Sid, apparently. Like a lot.
Really busy.
Yeah.
I know.
Sid
You know,
doesn't
it
like
takes
freeloaders.
time- You know, it takes some time to get to other points of the galaxy.
Yeah.
Time
Mhm.
moves differently. We don't really know what the galactic standard is for Ord Mantell. So
The minute I try to start thinking about galactic standard time, I get a headache. But
Yeah.
I know.
it's true.
Yeah,
It
it
could've
makes
been
my
a
chip
long
hurt.
time. Yeah.
Do you think we'll see like an older looking Omega in season 2?
Oh, I would
I
love that if they
That
like,
would be
pick up
nice.
her design a little.
I'd
Well, they
like-
I
did
feel
that with
like a time
Ezra and
jump.
Sabine too.
how long
Like,
did
Yeah.
it
they
take
make
for
her taller.
Ahsoka to grow up?
she
Because
needs a
Ahsoka
new
was-
outfit at
was
least.
tiny.
Like, who does the laundry on the Bad Batch ship?
Probably
Gronk.
Echo.
Gronk.
Hey,
Or Echo, but probably Echo.
Yeah,
Echo's the
Echo
mom.
and Gonki do the laundry.
And they're like, "You're all gross.
Yeah.
I'm doing the laundry now." No, but
I feel like Echo's the mom of the friend group.
he really
Oh,
is.
yes.
my baby.
Good
I think
I
so
also
too.
feel
Because
like,
Echo's only sense is sense of smell now, I bet. Really insight, because after what happened. So he's like, yeah, I can smell, yeah.
Can he taste?
He doesn't have a stomach.
But I mean, your
Like tongue?
your taste
Yeah.
is associated with your
a taste.
Yeah.
sense of smell.
Yeah.
With the-
So I
with
feel
the-
like he's got all his senses still.
Mm-hmm.
He
Okay.
just doesn't eat. He's easy to keep around.
Oh, that's depressing.
That is very depressing.
I know.
Okay, but does he get some sort of nutrient like
Yeah, maybe.
supplement? Like, does he have to keep like a bag around that he attached? Like, how does this work?
Maybe he's got like an artificial stomach. Or like something
he eat,
like
synthetic
stomach
food?
like to process things, but it just kind of doesn't compact into food waste.
Okay, we're going to
We're going way off topic.
deep into Echo.
Yeah. Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
Do you
After,
know?
like, how long it took Ahsoka to grow up? I think like after season 2, she got a different look, but maybe I'm remembering
Yeah.
this wrong.
She got like
Yeah.
she got other outfits, but
take
she was
long.
still in like the Hulk or the
The very
crop top.
impractical
Yeah.
Jedi outfit for war.
Yes. I think it was season 4 she actually got the triangle thing.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
looks really nice, and that's my favorite.
Or-
But she got like a little coat thing, and sometimes she was like in a cloak, all that kind of stuff. But like Ezra does get taller at each season,
Does he
which
actually?
is it's a nice touch. Like by season like 2 or 3, he's as tall as Sabine, and then by the end, he's taller than her.
Huh.
So,
I was just so fixated on the hair, I didn't notice the height.
well, yeah, the hair too, which
The hair's
must be
just
so
very
great for
noticeable.
the animators to be like, yes, we don't have to animate the hair anymore.
Speaking of hair, I hope Omega's changes because it was nice to have like the wet hair look, so it looked a little different, made her look a little older.
Mhm.
So I'm hoping she gets a different hair look in season 2.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a fun fact for you guys.
That's disgusting.
Oh,
I have nobody to blame but myself for bringing this up in the first place.
Yes.
I know.
Yeah. So it would be just interesting again to see people,
Yeah.
especially if she's human. We have more of an idea of like how humans age than we do with Toru Gudo.
Like an enhanced clone.
Like
Mhm.
normal
Mhm.
aging. Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
fantastic to see.
Okay, so
Yeah, because she would be the same age as Boba right now too, right? Around the same
Aww.
age?
twinsies.
I know.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah,
What if like
Yeah.
Nala say was like, okay, I got to make one reg clone that doesn't do anything. Let me
What if-
just an extra one for me, you know.
no, but what if Nala say saw Django and Boba and she's like, I want that, and she made one for herself.
I know. Because
Why are
we
you
don't
making
know.
me feel bad about Nala Say? I don't like this.
But Nala Say's fine. She's alive.
She's
I
not.
still don't like her.
Oh, you mean like she's like a good character? Like
I
she
thought
has
she's fine and like she's not dead. She can come
qualities.
around. Hashtag
I
Nala
know.
Say-demption.
Like she has that, you know, she does love Omega. That is a
I
redeeming
know.
quality for her.
Nala Say is just a woman in STEM. Come on.
Just
Yes.
dealing with men.
Yes.
She's
I mean-
adapted.
Yeah.
So
Still don't
since
like
we're
her
on
better.
Nala Say, let's just talk about the episode tag. I know it's like still fairly early in our chat, but let's talk about the last 2 minutes where they go to the really pretty mountainside facility. And we're either about to get a Grogu justification or a Palpatine one.
Somehow Palpatine returns.
Hey, I was waiting for Dr. Pershing to come out, and I was waiting for
I
your
know.
scream, Arzu.
Thank
Like
you.
like little.
I was waiting
He's
for
a
it.
baby. He's probably
You
still
would
in
be a
utero.
toddler.
It'd be so
Maybe
cute
that's
with
his-
big glasses
maybe
and
that's his
tiny
mom.
uniform.
Yes,
Aw.
the
Dr.
scientist who
Pershing's
picked up
mom.
Nala Say is Dr. Pershing Sr.
Because everybody's related. in
Yes.
Star Wars,
Yes.
So it has to be her.
Oh my god, yes.
Was that supposed to be like some shocking thing? Like, oh my god, the Empire has cloning. Who thought that was gonna happen?
Literally, when I
Oh.
watched that, I was just like, and I put this in my review, I was like, reminding me of Palpatine clones. It's just like not the final beat that I want in my Star Wars.
I know.
Yeah.
This
I,
is not what
I
want.
enjoy like the cloning storyline in
love
the Bad
cloning.
Batch, but like what I'm worried about is this is all going to lead to some sort of like, here's how Palpatine got cloned storyline,
Like,
which like I don't want to,
Justification.
like,
yeah.
If I
Yeah.
find,
like,
if
keep
I find
explaining
out
that.
that Grogu's DNA is in any way associated with Rey's, I will lose my mind. I will.
I will
it
become
not
the
be
Joker.
I honestly.
I know.
Hashtag villain
Hashtag.
origin story.
Oh my god, I hadn't even
God, I
considered that
can't.
possibility, but yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
if,
like,
Man-
somebody-
if Mando does that,
Mm-mm.
Somebody was saying that like mountain area could be from Legends. I think it was like Mount Tassus or something like that. It was like the
Luke.
facility that Thrawn used
Oh,
to do
no.
cloning and like where Luke came from. I don't know if that's true or not, but people were
Yep.
saying that.
Yeah. It
If they
reminded me
want-
of Darrow, but maybe it's
How
it's
Sebastian
another-
Stan play Luke?
No,
Yes.
no.
don't.
I knew that. Was
Between Luke and Sebastian, so let's not put any of this out
Okay.
there in the
When-
universe.
When Sebastian Stan was trending the other day, I didn't know it was his birthday, and I was like,
Yeah.
please don't let it be Star Wars related. I was like, please don't. I was so afraid.
Oh my god, no.
I don't want Luke.
No, I don't. Oh no, I just no.
I
Can we
just want
focus on
this.
the
Because I mean,
clones.
we've got the
the
cloning
cloning.
with the hand in the jar.
No, that's not Ray's father. I don't like that theory.
I can
I
use it
want
to
it.
make anything.
Oh god.
Ew.
How about you make it go away if you can make it make anything?
Make a
God,
good episode 9.
I hate when people take a good thing like something interesting like cloning and they just run with it and just justify all these dumb ideas.
Dumb
Like,
decisions.
I'm like the leaps of logic you have to make to get here is
Yeah.
way too complicated for a children's TV show. Please stop.
And
It'll
that's-
probably be connected to like Mandalorian, that facility that was on Navarro, where they have all those like tubes. I feel like that is all connected, with like Pershing and everything. So I feel like there will be an overlap there, which could feel kind of interesting, but I don't want too much overlap with nine.
No, because I think the personal stories of the Bad Batch, the older members, are more interesting. I mean, if they want to justify any decision, that's fine. But I rather focus on their stories because I really want to see what happened with them, especially with Omega, because we know it's like, is she alive by the time Mandalorian happens? That would be
I
fantastic.
mentioned this because it was so dark. I didn't see that the tubes were empty. So on Orbs, I was like, did they just murder a bunch of babies?
I mean, they
I
might
was
have murdered them anyway.
So
Yeah,
not
because
even-
we saw them with like the 12-year-old clones, like the 10.
What
no, they
about
were
the
5.
baby?
But yeah, there's some bacon already, like because they technically still had a war going on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
the Empire, just add it to the
That's
list.
messed up.
I know. It's messed up.
I feel like I wouldn't mind if the cloning stuff with Nala Se tied into Moff Gideon and Grogu and what they're doing. Like, that would be cool. And like maybe something to do with the Book of Boba Fett because he's still a clone. Like, I don't know. I'm fine if it ties into the TV stuff. It's the Palpatine thing that worries me.
Where's my lipstick? I'm gonna
We
start
got to get away
painting
from
the
that
Joker lips on.
because
Honestly.
Like,
new
know.
stories, new ideas. We don't
Yeah.
need to explain something that's been 2 years ago. It's just
I do
let
agree.
it die.
Let the past
kinda my-
die.
Let the
That's
past
kinda my
die.
problem
Kill it
with,
if
like,
you
the
have
Vader-
to.
It's kind of my problem with like
Yeah.
the Vader comics, is it's kind of going in the same direction with like Exegol and stuff. So let's just get away from that. But do you guys think Moff Gideon could show up in this show? I have a question about that because we know he's like involved with like the Night of 1,000 Tears
That
sort of
would
thing,
be
which takes place
interesting.
during the
That'd be
Clone
really
Wars.
cool.
So
That would be
I don't know if
a-
we'll
have a
see
young
him.
Moff Gideon show up.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
Still with the mustache though.
voiced by Giancarlo, which he
Yeah.
does voice acting because
He
he
does.
plays Lex Luthor on Harley Quinn.
Which is
so-
the
Yeah.
best show ever. That's my favorite.
which
he's a
just finished it,
blast.
and I'm sad. I don't have any more. But
No,
he could. I feel
next-
like if he
I think-
showed up,
End of the year, season 3. Okay, everyone watch Harley Quinn, please, so we get more of it for sure. Okay, sorry.
stamp of approval.
Yes, ma'am.
But yeah,
He's
do you guys
in
think he
Far
could show
Cry
up?
too.
I think so.
I think that would be
I
really
would like
fun.
to see it.
That would be fantastic if we have that.
I think
Because
it would
it
be fun.
dives-
Pinning. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're welcome.
I was like, wait, hold on. Is there a delay?
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know if I'm hearing it. No, I just think it'd be fun pitting him against Gideon against the Batch. I think that would be fun.
He'd kill some of them, I feel like.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a good.
a
It wouldn't be a
hard
good
fighter.
time, but it'd be an interesting time.
Do you
They
think
don't have Mandalorian armor or the
Or
master-
plot armor.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, I was flipping through Jason Fry's Clone Wars, the character book.
Mhm.
And like some of the things like Hunter's power, his power is that he can sense like droid waves. And I kept thinking about like how the Batch is trained to destroy, that's what it's called, Maggie,
I
or something
know.
like that. Don't
Droid waves?
Yeah, like
Roadways.
the way like the tech waves.
Electromagnetic.
Yes, but it said something droid waves. Like he senses that, and that's his superpower. And like the other ones, they're all trained to destroy droids, not like battle people. I wish we kind of saw more of that. They're like how to like fight or how to bounty hunt. A little bit more growing pains than you know.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get some of that in season 2 because my big regret was, if they're I've said it before, but if they were like a comprehensive unit with Crosshair, I wish there'd been more growing pain of them trying to do stuff without Crosshair.
Instead of just like, hey, Omega, this is yours
Oh
now.
my God, you do it now. Like, yeah. So
Yeah,
I wish
like adapting.
maybe season 2.
And she did well with it too. There was really no struggle.
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting to see.
Do you think they're gonna try to rescue Nala Se next season?
They probably think she's dead.
Yeah, I don't think they
Yeah.
know that she's
Yeah.
She
I
could try to
don't-
get a message out or something to Omega,
Yeah, I don't know if they know or care, to be quite honest.
but Omega cares.
Yeah,
What if
Omega
Omega
cares.
runs away to try to get Nala Se?
Ooh.
Oh my
Mid-season.
Yeah.
would be
That's the closest
interesting.
thing to a mother she knows. So.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
also the thing is that we left Fennec Shand saying that that she was kind of following Omega, but she was
She's
not
on
gonna-
retainer.
Yeah.
Nalase. And she's like ready, call me.
Omega, hear me out. Omega runs away to go find Nalase. Nalase gets a message to Fennec, like, help me. Fennec meets up with Omega. They rescue Nalase, and then Omega appears as an adult in the Book of Boba Fett. She's like, hey!
Yes.
There we go.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, because Fennec and her already know each other, and
Sisters-in-law getting along already.
Sisters-in-law. There you go.
well, imagine Omega. Her brothers are aging twice as fast.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
We're just gonna throw that
Yeah.
sad thought out there.
sorry, okay, but by that point,
So by
If they-
Rebels, they're gonna be gray hair and stuff.
Or dead.
yeah.
Or-
Okay, well,
I'm sorry, they're not there. What happened?
you're not wrong.
I'm so upset. No, that makes me sad. Anyways, no. What we need to find in season 2 is Wolf.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know. It's the Jack Sparrow.
pulls a Jack Sparrow. What?
I think they're gonna rescue Hauser. My
Oh my god.
big
Hauser's
brain
dead.
theory is
Right,
that,
Hauser's
like,
dead.
No,
no.
Brad,
I
how are they going to
refuse.
rescue him? I
we
want to
didn't
hear
see a
this.
body. Listen,
There's
if
no
Palpatine can somehow return, Hot Hauser's coming back.
Hauser,
Hot
yeah.
Hauser.
Hauser is returning.
Somehow.
6 feet under.
Maybe. Oh,
What if Crosshair's the one who rescues him?
wow.
Like, what
Am I
if
getting my crosshair redemption? Am I the
I
only one still on
wanted
this
Crosshair?
train? That's very
No,
nice.
I'm on this train. I will
Okay.
be on this train until proven otherwise. Like, yes, he's a
Yeah.
butthead, but I need a Crosshair redemption.
I think Crosshair is gonna lead a clone trooper rebellion.
Yes! Thank you, Brad. Thank you.
I
I need him to
think
meet
'cause-
Wolf,
yeah.
rescue Hauser, and lead a revolution.
Yes.
What he
'Cause they're
Crosshair
gonna
just
be
needs.
replacements.
Oh yeah. What Crosshair needs is just Rex to kick some sense into his head.
Yes. He
Yes.
hasn't.
But
Talk to
crosshair
Rex.
talks into Rex, though.
My
I would
God.
love that.
I
That
think
would
my
be
brain might
amazing.
melt.
Rex is the best.
Did anyone expect Rex or another clone to show up in the finale?
I expected Rex since
I
they
expected
fixed
I
him last
expected
week.
Rex, to be honest.
I thought they were going to call Rex, and I thought they were going to take Gregor with them.
Yeah, because they had just rescued Gregor,
Yeah.
and
I
like
was waiting for Luke Skywalker to show up.
the baby Luke Skywalker, who's like
Baby
a
Luke.
couple months old.
He walks in with a little lightsaber, and Hunter's like, "Are you a Jedi?"
He just cried.
Oh.
Doesn't get his name, just lets him.
And Obi-Wan walks. He's like, "Shit, how did he get here? Oh, I gotta take it back. Sorry."
Yeah, and then Luke takes Omega, right?
Yeah.
No
Okay.
questions asked.
I
think
will
Luke
sit
could give
here-
Omega-
I will sit here and critique anything I want all day, but if Obi-Wan Kenobi had just showed up with a lightsaber, no explanation, doesn't make any sense at all, I would not have said a word. I would have been like, yes, this makes sense.
I
He's like, I'm
agree.
taking my yearly trip to Camino. I come here
Yeah.
every now and then just to remember.
I like the weather.
I like the weather. I love it.
Yoda gives him like 3 weeks paid vacation every year. He just goes to Camino
That's what the Obi-Wan show is going to be about.
about his 3 weeks paid vacation.
I kind of thought maybe they were gonna. I thought it was gonna like mirror the Rebels finale. Just like a little thought of it that Ahsoka was gonna show up and they're gonna be like, "Hey, you really should join us. We're trying to, do some good here." And
I adore Ahsoka Tano. You all know this. I am so happy Ahsoka didn't show up at all, like in this show,
I agree.
because it's
No, I'm
just
with
it's like I think Rex makes sense.
It's not over yet.
yeah, it's
This
Don't
season,
jinx
then.
it, Arzu.
Like,
Okay,
well, because
but
Rex
if you're
makes
gonna
sense,
have-
like for them, but Ahsoka, I don't think they're at the Ahsoka point yet.
but but like I think it makes sense if Rex is there because they are working in tandem. At this
Yeah.
point.
And they have a connection with Rex. Like if Ahsoka showed up, they'd be like, "Oh, you're General Tano. Great.
Yeah.
Why are you here?"
They
I
don't.
agree.
Do they know Ahsoka? They don't.
I don't even know.
Okay,
They know
Ahsoka
Anakin.
was
I don't know.
on
the other-
trial. If
Yeah.
they got Hollow
Yeah.
of Padme,
Yeah.
news, then they would have found
Oh my
out.
God.
About,
Maybe.
We all know they like watching Hollows of Padme now.
yeah,
Oh,
and
boy.
Padme was representing her, but like she is a famous Jedi. If they knew of Anakin and Kenobi, and it was news probably that a Jedi like murdered a bunch of people and then was found not guilty and then left.
It's true.
guessing
Maybe.
there was some talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and there's Trace and Rafa too. If they come back, they're
Yep,
gonna be
exactly.
connected to
Brad,
Ahsoka.
thank you. I forgot about them. Yes, that's the other
Trace and
Ahsoka
Rafa.
tie.
Listen, Sarah has said this too, and she probably said it when she was on here last time. But give us Bail Organa as well. By the way, working
Yes,
with,
that makes
yes.
sense.
Yes.
because if we're gonna connect the dots to like Andor and the Fulcrum program and to Rebels,
Oh,
Bail Organa seems like a natural.
Brad.
Maybe the Bad Batch become Fulcrum agents. Like that would be
Yes.
awesome, honestly.
Brad,
you
then
know,
we get baby
large
Leia,
picture.
right?
Yeah.
We get baby Leia.
Oh my god, yes.
just like
Baby Leia.
strapped to Bail's chest, and he's
Also,
like,
more
"We're doing some
animated
rebellion."
Alderaan. I want to be on Alderaan for a little bit. Like we haven't seen
Bail-
much of that planet.
Yes.
Bail
We
carrying
still
a
talk
having a
about it.
carrier with baby Leia. That would
Omega
be
meeting baby Leia.
Oh,
Oh my
So
God,
what we're
that's-
saying is Bad Batch season 2, the Bail Organa show.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yes.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Could you see, like, this is sort of serious, but sort of not. Like, with that in mind, if they were to become Fulcrum agents and, like, tying it to Andor, tying it to Ahsoka, could you see this being, like, midway through getting, like, a title change? Once they're no longer the Bad Batch, if the scope widens. Like, same show, same season progression, but could you see it getting, like, a title change, like, if their group name changes?
I think they're
I-
always going to be the Bad Batch.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so too. I think it's just
I mean,
intrinsically who they
yeah.
are, and regardless of the other titles that they take on, I think they're always at their core. Clone Force 99, the Bad Batch.
Mhm.
about that. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder if we kind of trap ourselves into certain storylines by naming shows like the characters, like the Bad Batch or like Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, Andor. Whereas like maybe if they had picked a more general title, they could expand the story more. So they've kind of like dug themselves in a hole a little bit if they do want to
Yeah.
ever go larger.
Then they'll just have
But
to create
I-
another spinoff.
Yeah, and then
Well,
then
that's
you
like-
would see the burn away of the Bad Batch title for a new
That's
one.
why the
Same.
The
Like
Ryloth
RZ
arc
saying.
felt so weird because the show is called Bad Batch.
And
If they
went
called it like, I don't know, something like,
in the shadow of the Empire or something.
yeah, like the
Mhm.
Empire,
Paying some
Yeah.
homage to some
Oh,
past
the-
books or something.
yeah,
Yeah.
beginning of whatever or something like that. Yeah, then it would have made more sense to have 2 episodes. Well, especially the first one, which had like a minute or 2.
Or Twilight of the Clones or something like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd almost argue that Bad Batch can be a pretty generic term. In this case, it is applying to the actual Bad Batch. But how many characters did we see this season who are just either on the outskirts against the Empire, like Cut and Sue, or Hauser, or even Hera to an extent, like the Syndulla family, who technically would be considered defective or the Bad Batch because they don't follow in line with the Empire. So I think it has the potential to be more of an overarching descriptor and not necessarily focus solely on the team that's actually called the Bad Batch. But that's just kind of how I've always looked at the show as a whole anyways.
Mhm.
I think it's just been an adjustment because the last 3 animated shows were all named after the era they were set in.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So just so people don't have that expectation that it's the Clone Wars, so it could be Obi-Wan, it could also be Rex, it could be like whoever we could hop around because it's all wartime.
Mhm.
But I think just where people get thrown is like we can perceive it as like anybody who is on the outs is part of the Bad Batch of people against the Empire. But I think it's just that's where the struggle is. It's like it was billed as about these 5 clones.
Right.
5
Mhm.
Clones, yeah.
I completely lost count of
Yeah.
how many of them there
I was like, how many of them are there? I've forgotten.
5?
To
Yeah.
my knowledge,
yeah.
are there any Star Wars titles for TV shows that are more general? Like the Acolyte could maybe be,
Well, if you're
more
thinking about the
general
past
or
one,
Visions.
Rebels,
yeah.
it's
Resist-
all the rebellions, resistance.
Resistance.
The animated ones are all fairly generic, and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
the live action
Mhm.
ones play it fairly straight.
Yeah,
Even
they're
though
like,
I
this is
heard
what we're
that-
getting.
No.
Somebody has said, "Oh, the Mandalorian. The Mandalorian could be multiple people. It could be Bo-Katan. It could be even like Grogu. If since Din is adopting him and he is his foundling,
It's a
he
foundling,
is
yeah.
Mandalorian.
Yeah.
So I've
I
heard
agree.
that argued too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Even though
And
we
then
all know-
that would sort of fall under what Hannah's saying, because when we go into season 1, episode 1 of Mandalorian, like there's no question the Mandalorian is Din Djarin. But then as the story gets told, it's like, well, these are all also
But there's never
Mandalorian.
really been an episode where he is not like It's not
the focus.
him doing things;
not
it's things
focus.
happening around him.
Yeah.
But that's just Din as
Din
a
just
character in
exists,
general.
and the world changes around him.
He does
Yeah,
not want to be the main character at all.
He is the
I
main
know.
character. He is a reluctant main character. He's
I
like,
know.
please take me out of this narrative.
The supporting
Okay.
character.
I don't
He's
want
not-
to.
But he just becomes one.
Yeah.
I just think of that scene where he's like tagging along like with the other 3 Mandalorians. He's like, oh wait,
when he
Gotta
turns
catch
the
up.
wrong way and then goes back.
and they're walking all cool, and he's like, oh, I gotta get there. So yeah, but yeah. Maybe. Well, are we definite that they're gonna call it? Yeah, they already have like the images and or
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got all the
Obi-Wan
artwork.
Kenobi. It's just Kenobi, right?
Yeah.
No, it's Obi-Wan
Yeah.
Kenobi.
Obi-Wan
It's Obi-Wan
Kenobi.
Kenobi.
We were all
What else?
calling it Kenobi, but it's
There's-
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, okay. I guess because
Lando,
Ando.
Ahsoka.
Ando. Yeah, Ahsoka.
Rangers
They
of
are,
the
they're very
Republic is
straightforward.
more is kind of more broad.
And the code name for
Thankfully.
Kenobi is the funniest thing too. It's like the most vague code name for production.
Which one?
They always do it.
Kenobi, it's Joshua Tree.
Because that's not where they're filming.
Nope.
Okay.
Do you remember like Return of the Jedi is Blue Harvest, right?
hmm
Yeah.
I can't remember what Mandalorian was. I used to know the Mandalorian.
Endgame was like something like time. That's it. It's like the most generic stuff in the world. And it's
I
like
know.
can't throw off everybody.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm glad Rangers has a vague enough title, because if they had called it Cara Dune, Ranger of the New Republic,
Well, no, see, they knew they're like, "Ugh."
they knew it was going to change.
Yeah.
Just wheel it back.
Yeah.
Rangers, I never knew that one.
I never do it.
Rangers should just be a show about all the space mom pilots in the Republic.
Yes.
Yes.
Era,
Sarah,
Iden, all of them.
Iden.
Oh my god! And then like the B story can be like the Republic daycare,
Yeah.
like like
Absolutely.
little Jason and like Ben like going on adventures,
Mhm.
Oh my god, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
have
yeah.
little Ben.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes.
and little Poe too. Just
Oh my god.
Shara Bay, all of them. Get them all in there.
yeah,
Need a
Jason and
mom
Poe
TV
going on
show.
adventures, and they don't want Ben going with them because he's younger. and
yeah,
cancer
he's the
style.
baby.
He's the baby.
But mom. Okay, but I would watch
Yeah.
this. So please, somebody greenlight this.
I keep
Oh, yeah.
saying Jedi babies,
I know.
but nobody listens to me.
I
Like the
want
Muppet babies.
Jedi babies.
Oh my god. I want Jedi Baby show.
Okay.
Yes.
Or just put Paul in it. Put Paul. I would watch. I just
Oh my God,
binged all of Kim's
Oh,
Convenience.
my God.
Yeah.
For a second, I was like, which character is Paul? But you
He's a
meant Anakin.
delight. He's an
Yeah.
absolute delight. It
The-
needs all the shows.
Yeah.
I just wondering if for season 2 we're gonna have Boba Fett, like a young one.
I think we will.
I would like to,
I don't know how they're gonna do it,
but
but I think we'll see him soon.
We said Book of Boba Fett season 2, or are you talking?
No,
Boba Fett
the
season 2 of
bad
Bad
batch.
Okay.
I think we'll see him.
Because,
I would
I mean-
love Boba to give Omega
They're
his
both-
like Clone Wars armor that he
I
has. That's not
know.
the.
They're both
Mandalorian armor.
TBB. Book of Boba Fett, the Bad
Yeah.
Batch. Yeah, okay.
I wonder if season 2 of the Bad Batch is going to be influenced by anything we see in Boba Fett.
Yeah, like what if we?
Ah.
Very
It'd be
interesting
so
to see
cool to
if
see
that.
an older Omega, even if it's just like kind of like a cameo or something. Like not even like you have to watch the Bad Batch, because I've noticed like a lot of people I know who've watched The Mandalorian haven't been watching the animated series.
Mhm.
Just like
Yeah.
the people who will just go see the movies, once in theaters, but they've been watching The Mandalorian, so I have a feeling they'll be watching the Book of Boba Fett too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is like a really batshit idea, but like how all the Mandoverse seems to be leading to like a big event.
I mean, Kathleen said
Maybe-
that at the Disney
Yeah.
yesterday.
So
Yeah.
like what if it's like trying to bring together like this Avengers style storytelling where they take back Mandalore and you have like live action Omega, live action old Tamora Morrison playing all the Bad Batch guys, and they're all fighting.
Maybe it's 6 months of Tamora Morrison's life.
There's like 6 Tamora Morrisons on
It's
screen.
like
You got
Loki.
Rex, you got the Bad Batch, you got
It's like
like
all the
Boba Fett.
Loki variants.
Oh my
It's
god.
like I'm just saying that would be awesome.
Oh my god. I lose my marbles.
Take get the live action
Take
Omega
my
bow,
money,
too.
Lucasfilm.
I wouldn't even say another bad thing. I'd be like, I never said anything bad about the Bad Batch ever. I was
Just
Never.
walk it all
Bad
back.
Batch is my
This
friend.
great. We don't have an air date for season 2 yet, right?
No.
They haven't
No.
said anything.
Just
Not that I
2022.
know of.
Okay, what if they had not announced there was going to be a season 2?
I would be very angry.
I would have had a big problem.
I
Yes.
wish they hadn't announced it ahead of it.
Because you like chaos?
No,
like
just
chaos?
because
No, I'm genuinely curious about this.
I prefer like the surprise of it, and I would have loved like the episode 2 of End It, and then be like the Bad Batch will return in 2022.
Like
I
Loki?
that. Yeah,
Like
I
Loki?
like that.
Loki! Oh my god, Loki got me.
And I feel like it would have built up the suspense because, like, obviously we knew like the cliffhanger was leading into that and everything was going to be okay. But I like that like the stakes are a little bit higher, especially when we're already playing with fairly low stakes. The unknown helps to kind of heighten that emotion around it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Like
it would
anybody
have been
could go or like die or something.
Mhm.
We
Yeah.
don't know there's not a season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because the announcement that there was a season 2 trended, but then like there wasn't as much hype on Friday morning as I think there would have been had we had that like big, it's coming back. There's going to be another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there was for Loki.
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
people
huge
said
hype.
they had heard rumors, but it wasn't official
Yeah.
until the last episode came out.
Yeah,
I think they should have made the Nala Say moment like a mid-credit scene, maybe with what you're saying, like
Yeah.
you know,
Oh,
Bad
yeah.
Batch will return in season 2
I
or
waited till
something.
the end.
'Cause
I
Me
waited till the end to see if
too.
there was like
I thought
yeah,
there
I
was
feel
going
like
to
the
be like a
emotional
hint of
focus
something.
should have been, you know, the Marauder flying off with Crosshair. Like,
Yeah.
that's where the episode should have ended. Like it's about
Yeah.
them, not Nala Say, right? So
I agree.
yeah, it was a weird
Yeah.
beat to end on. Like I could see that at the end of the credits.
Oh, Governor Price.
my
Not sure.
timelines. How old is Governor Price right now?
well, she served in the Senate, I think, right?
I keep thinking she's in like her 30s in the Throne
Yeah.
books, but it
Yeah.
would
I'm
have to be
trying
older.
I'm doing some like quick. I'm trying to do quick math in
She
my
was
head, and it's not
born
going well.
45 years before Yavin.
Okay, so if we're 20 years before, yeah, so she's in her early 20s. So I don't see why
Yeah,
not.
good.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, like all these big name Imperials from like the rebellion era, like late rebellion, are all like baby
I mean,
Imperials
starting.
trying to prove themselves right now.
If they go
Yeah.
to Lothal, because she is from Lothal, and like
We can see baby Ezra.
maybe Ezra. Yeah.
Yeah, baby Ezra. Yes. It's
With
gonna be
them,
a journey of Omega telling Hunter he can't adopt every single small child that he sees. Like, no, stop it. You can't take children. Like that's
he's
not
gotta be-
allowed.
he has to be adopted by a different family. It's okay.
That's fine. Just put him back. You actually met his mom a while ago.
She was small too. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
She was small too. You saved his dad. Like it's really weird. Just trust me.
Do you
Just-
think we'll see Caleb again?
I don't think so.
I
I,
don't
think
know.
he
I
was
doubt so.
there for like the emotional Order 66 beat because it could have been any kid, but they wanted to like
They wanted.
they wanted to
Caleb.
be like, you know this person, like
Mhm.
so it'll
Yeah.
hit for us better in the first 5 minutes. But even like Hera, for all that they're like, yeah, we're part of the same cause. I don't think we're going to see her again either.
No.
Yeah.
I really want to see Zeb and the Lasat genocide. Like, I mean, I don't want to see the
You wanna
Lasat
see the
genocide,
bro?
but like, I want
What?
to see, I want to see like the Bad Batch. Maybe they're the ones that rescue Zeb and he gets out of it that way. I don't know. It'd be kind of interesting.
They
but
can't be the ones who rescue everybody.
The
Like,
Bad
maybe
Batch
they
are the
can.
reason rebels happen.
maybe they can.
Basically.
they're the reason that Ezra's parents get like arrested. No. You said for rebels to happen. And I was just like, yeah.
No, I just
Do
mean
you-
like they make sure they're all still alive.
Yeah, and then they help Sabine get out of the Imperial thing after she creates that weapon, you know.
Yeah, the Duchess.
Yeah, the Duchess of God, Sabine.
Do you think we're gonna see Cat Bane again on season 2?
I'd like to, but I don't think it's likely.
I think
Oh,
Fennec makes more sense than a
Maggie
Mercury
and I had
character
a-
like Fennec.
Like a theory about like what Crosshair could be up to. Like if people hear there's destruction, you know, there's gonna be like some scavengers and maybe pirates coming around to like, you know, pick up some stuff.
Oh,
So then maybe we get a little Hondo and
Oh.
Alka.
No.
Can you
So
imagine?
Hondo is actually the one that picks up Crosshair.
Can you imagine the two of
poor
them?
Crosshair.
Chaos.
No, poor Hondo. What are you talking
Crosshair's good one.
about?
Put me back. Put me back.
Take me
That's
back.
like,
take
just
me
leave
back.
me here to drown.
Okay, but not Crosshair. Wow.
Hondo.
Wrecker and Hondo.
They would get
They're
along.
fast friends.
Oh,
yeah.
fast
Okay.
friends.
Okay.
Have an absolute blast.
I would absolutely love
And
that.
you know, like Hondo's actually good with kids, so he and Omega.
Him and Omega would get along so well.
He'd be
I
like,
would
"Hey,
just
you
love
want to
it.
join me? Want to be a pirate?"
No,
Yeah,
but I
she's
was
like,
loving he
yeah.
barges in there and just tells them everything they're doing wrong. It's like, you can't treat a kid this way, obviously.
And Echo's just like, "I tried to tell them."
I tried to tell them.
Yeah.
Poor Echo, poor
Yeah.
beleaguered Echo.
Poor
Oh.
Echo. Echo really had some great
The
emotional
sweet
intelligent
cinema
moment.
boy.
in this, like, well, the other ones are just so clueless.
Oh my
I know.
God.
Well, and talking about the other ones, I mean, I gotta give it to Tech this finale because he said something kind of sensible. What
Yeah.
he told Crosshair, understanding you doesn't mean that I agree with you. That was like, that's
A
actually
broken clock is right twice a day.
exactly yeah.
Frame this quote of his and circulate it to certain people in this community. I think it's a thing they all need to hear.
Yeah.
Except some of them are using it as, oh, I can be hateful, and we
No,
can
no,
get
no,
along.
you-
As an
no,
excuse for
no.
my
And it's to the
crappy
people who will
behavior.
take it in the way I need them to take it.
Yeah, but
There's
some
a-
people are taking it the wrong way.
There's a certain
I've
group
seen that on
of
Twitter
people
already.
who have decided that Crosshair is their new favorite character. Just
Oh, no.
FYI. It's happening.
Oh my goodness. Why?
Yeah.
Why we cannot have nice things?
Why can I
Thank you,
not
Norhal. Thank you.
advocate for a redemption without the wrong people making that difficult for me?
Because it justifies their shitty behavior.
Okay.
Yay.
On the
Right.
note of the finale and the fact that we ended on Nala Say, not on the Batch, whatever. Because that was clearly given importance by that being the final thing we see in the season, do you think that the focus is going to split in season 2 and have like A plot be the Batch and B plot be the Clone Wars? Are we going to go back there every week?
I think it's going to be as much as Crosshairs was, which is barely any.
So sometimes
Yeah.
when they're in the mood.
I want
Yeah.
to believe that they'll straighten out their storytelling some to make it a little more
Hopefully.
cohesive.
Also,
But-
longer
Okay.
runtimes, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was so weird how like the first couple episodes were like 20 minutes and then slowly they started getting closer and closer to 30 minutes. And I was like, can you just use the whole season? Like,
Mhm.
I know.
Or maybe
complete your
do more
arcs.
two-parters. You know,
Like, I'm
I
sure-
love two-parters.
Yeah,
Don't
like
be
I'm
afraid
sure a
of
lot
it.
of it's related to like budget or whatever, but I mean, this is Disney we're talking about. They're just rolling in
They
money,
have the
so I don't.
Yeah.
So it's a very flimsy excuse to stand
Well,
on.
but that's
but
what's so weird is usually
yeah.
when it's budget, they get shorter, not longer.
exactly, and that's why
So
I'm
it's
like,
like, what
well,
were you
why are
doing?
we yeah, it's like, why are we having this problem?
Bucky has feelings.
I agree.
Bucky's
Yeah,
like,
I
you should
know.
not be having this
Yes.
problem.
I agree with Bucky.
Okay.
Yes, same. Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to see more of that. Like you said, cohesive storytelling. I'd like a little bit more focus on like whatever
agree.
Crosshair's up to. But again, I think we've all kind of said something about it to some extent over the past 16 weeks. Like Echo and Tech, I think really need some more character development as well. And I'd love to see that happen in whatever capacity. But even if they get their own episode of just causing some chaos, I don't
Just a
care.
bottle episode of the two of them stuck somewhere.
Yes. And then AZI and Gonki get their own episode too.
I know. ACI,
I don't
I
know.
thought ACI was gone. To be
Oh yeah.
honest.
I was like, this is it. This is the last tide of the Clone Wars. He's dying. We're done. I'm dead.
Yeah. I'm
why
so
was
glad
I
he
like
didn't
caring
get killed
more
off.
about the droid than any of the clones at that moment? I was like, oh, this droid is
I-
making me feel things. I'm sorry.
My
I'm
Heart
cranky.
Will Go On was playing in the background because he was.
Okay, but they're all sitting there going, technically, Omega is older than us. And they're all like, reasonably competent adults. And then Omega's like, the droid, and dives out of her pod. and
Okay,
like,
Arz, did you just say they're reasonably competent?
I think that's like really, really stretching the meaning of that word.
they haven't died yet.
Okay, but okay, Omega
Hanging on by their
That's
fingernails.
my barometer. They're still
Omega is-
alive.
technically still developing her brains, and I see like droids like dogs, kind of like or like pets or
Yeah.
companions, especially her, who like literally only had like this cloner and a droid her entire life.
Yeah.
That's fair.
It's just her emotional reaction. She just found out like the place that she called home, like she literally did not leave that place for 12 years.
Yeah.
It's gone, destroyed. And then the one little piece It's gone. And yeah, L3 said droid rights.
I know, L3
Yes.
would have been so proud.
Yes.
That's true. That's true. I hadn't considered that.
And Maggie and I talked about this in Orbs too, but wouldn't it be great if we got like a side bottle episode of Gronk and Hazy, just like, you know, while the other ones are doing some battle things, they're just on the ship trying to figure something out.
The laundry, maybe.
The
Yeah, the
laundry,
laundry.
the laundry situation.
The laundry ends up being like a life and death situation.
I agree.
I mean,
Oh my god, yes.
given the fact that I don't think they do the laundry, it probably is a life or death situation.
Probably is.
I mean,
It's a
just-
sanitary thing.
Just like Gronk and AZ trying to have a conversation would be like amazing. And if they see her again at Chopper in there, I know it will be
Oh my
Oh,
god,
no.
The galaxy
chaos.
will burn.
Yeah.
chaos. Beautiful chaos.
Oh my god. That's so
Right,
scary
so-
to think about.
As we're, I guess, winding down on the season and on the finale, final thoughts. Season overall, the episodes.
I think next season needs to have like Crosshair be a through line for every episode, because like Star Wars Resistance fell into this, even though I love that show like to the ends of the earth. Season 2 of that show like lacked a lot of Tam throughout it, and we only saw her in certain parts. And I think this
Oh, yeah.
show also fell victim to that with Crosshair. And like I still felt emotional during the finale, but it would have been even more meaningful had we had like little crumbs of Crosshair every episode, like just to remind us that he's there. And like when he told the Bad Batch, you guys forgot about us, I was like, yeah,
They do.
they did,
Literally.
because
did
every
the
you
writers.
know, they went to Ryloth and they come back and infest it, and it, like they act like it never even happened. So I want more of a through line to like a little bit of breadcrumbs leading up to the finale. So
Anyway.
it needs to happen.
Yeah, I agree.
Anybody else? Other than we need more Crosshair, because
Yeah,
Kind of
well,
I forgot about him.
We got a little bit of it when he was training the new recruits, but it wasn't that much. I think it would have been cool to kind of see it. Like there's an episode where Callus and Zeb and Rebels, like they're on that moon, and we see
yeah.
the difference between their days, like the way they get greeted, you know,
Mhm.
after they've been gone so long, and
Mhm.
see like their just like daily lives in a way.
yeah.
No, I agree with that.
Well, I mean, I'm not against having cameos from established characters, but I would definitely love to see more focus on their character development that I think it was lacking a little bit during this season. That it was more like adventure of the week, most of the episodes. I would like to see more of the, like y'all said, the different characteristics, the powers Hunter, Crosshair, all of them have how they're going to be like the growing pains they're going through. I would love to see that. And obviously, yeah, there's gonna be there might be cameos from different characters, but I would love to see more focus on that.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I really want to see more of like the Batch trying to actually step out from like doing jobs for Sid on the weekly. I'm fine like if we see Sid every now and again, because it's actually I've actually come to like that character a little bit, which I find surprising when I watch the show. But I want them to actually start taking a more active role in what's going on with the galaxy, especially now with the destruction of Kamino. I think it became personal, I think, to them in some capacity. And I want them to act out on that personal attack, because I think something that we've seen that we see through Star Wars is when it becomes personal for the characters, that's when we really see that growth and development.
Yeah.
And I hope that we're able to explore that more in season 2 with all of the characters, Crosshair included.
Maggie, anything else you want to say?
No.
It's all been covered.
Covered it.
All right. So
Just-
Candace. Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, just something that we didn't mention. The music
Oh
was
yeah,
amazing.
So good.
Kevin Kiner,
Oh, they're so
no
good.
respect. Take off my hat, because it was really emotional.
And the animation too.
Yes.
Like the animation.
The parts of this week that I could see were great. Parts that I couldn't, I will take your word for it that it was great.
It was great, I promise.
I cannot wait for a month from now when my darkness perception returns and I can watch the episode again. Okay, so Candace, where can everyone find you online?
You can find me at thegeekywaffle.com. Find all our shows there.
Maggie?
You can find me on Twitter at Maggie of the Town. I have a link tree in my bio where you can find all of my various pursuits because I have a lot.
Norhal.
Okay, you also can find me on Twitter at Norhal. You can see my link tree with different links to my YouTube channel, my Instagram, and different bylines that I write.
Yep. You can find me personally at the handle right down here or at Friends of Force. And we have Remembering Resistance on August 29th. So be there.
Hannah.
You can find me on Followers of the Force, and you can find me on my personal Twitter and Instagram, which are both the Beskar_Kyber15.
And as for me, you can find me at Arzu Amin. And you can find me hosting Space Waffles at the Geeky Waffle Network. So all of our stuff is on thegeekywaffle.com. And otherwise, you can find me at RZD2 talking about Star Wars books. So thank you, everybody, for joining us, not only today, but for all season of The Bad Bitches on The Bad Batch. I guess we will see you this winter for the Book of Boba Fett as far as Space Waffle streams go. So thank you so much.